Hello then and welcome to The World Today, and we start with the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukraine says Russian troops have withdrawn from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, and the UN's nuclear watchdog IAEA are preparing to send a team to Chernobyl in the next few days. And the Russian Defense Ministry said on Thursday its cruise missiles destroyed a major fuel depot in eastern Ukraine. It said the fuel was being supplied to the Ukraine troops in Donbas, where President Zelenskyy said Ukrainian forces are preparing for new Russian attacks. And the Ukraine negotiator said peace talks will resume on Friday. And while Russia said a humanitarian corridor will be open to allow civilians out of Mariupol in southeastern Ukraine.
It's been a bit of a grim day for Ukraine, with some of the fiercest shelling around the besieged cities in the north of the country and the suburbs of the capital Kiev. But a small glimmer of hope down in that besieged city of Mariupol, which for so many weeks was the focus of this story. A Russian ceasefire went into effect this morning to allow some of the estimated 150,000 people still left in Mariupol to leave. 45 buses have been there to collect people from the city, and the International Committee of the Red Cross acted as an intermediary between the two sides. The UK has announced new sanctions on 14 individuals, including one who's implicated in the bombing campaign on Mariupol. Colonel General Mikhail Mizintsev is the chief of the National Defense Command and Control Center, where Russian military operations are planned and controlled. He also has a new title today, that is the Butcher of Mariupol. He is alleged to have ordered the destruction of a maternity hospital and a theatre where more than 1,000 civilians were sheltering. Shelling has been reported all day around Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. And in Izium, fighting and constant shelling is continuing around this strategically located town on the main transport route between Kharkiv and the city of Mariupol. Britain's Ministry of Defence says significant Russian shelling and missile strikes have continued around Kiev's suburbs. Its assessment is that heavy fighting will likely take place in the suburbs in the coming days. And Britain's Defence Ministry also says Russia continues to pound Chernobyl in northern Ukraine, despite Moscow's claim to have scaled back its offensive around that city and Kiev.
And our correspondent Owen Holiday goes to one of the metro stations in the capital Kyiv and speaks to some residents about their lives over the past 5 weeks.
We're here at Kyiv's University Central Station. This is one of the main stations where residents have come to go to shelter the Russian missile and rocket attacks that have hit the city over the past 5 weeks. The general concern here is one of security concern and also apathy. Security concern is that the Russians may actually target this station itself, and the reason why we're not allowed to go inside. Amongst the people here, though, there's a general apathy and shock about what their life is, what's happened to their lives.
It became like everyday life.
Yeah.
And first weeks it was a big fear and big stress for all of us. And now after we unite, we try to help each other in volunteering, in doing what we can.
What about your apartment? Is that all right? In where you were staying before?
Oh, here in Kiev?
Yeah.
No, I let it go.
Let it go. And then what? I mean, why do you stay here? You don't want to stay because of the air raid sirens, or?
No, it's safe. Just safety.
As you heard, there's a cross-section of people living and sheltering in this station. There's the young, there's the old, there's even people from abroad. Every day there's bought new supplies of food, water and clothing. And without those supplies, metro stations like this could not survive. And over 5 weeks on, and the Russian missile and rocket attacks continuing, it seems like stations like these will only see more and more people having to shelter from these attacks. I'm Owen Holdaway, reporting for CGTN in central Kyiv.
Now, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi says China has sided with peace, dialogue and impartiality on the matter of Ukraine. And Wang made the remarks during a press conference on Thursday. And the Foreign Minister says China's role in helping resolve the conflict can be reflected in 5 aspects. First, China continues to encourage peace talks. It will also uphold the basic principles of international relations. And China sticks to preventing a comeback of Cold War mentality, and it will protect the legitimate rights of each country. Finally, China sticks to reinforcing the peace and stability of the Asia-Pacific.